Fresh snowfall sticking in low elevations. How long the winter weather will stick around?
And it looks like the aftermath of heavy rainfall, but this flooded road is the result of a gushing hydrant, leaving one business racing to clean up the mess.
He hates the cold and he hates rain, so this is like worst case scenario.
The sound of fireworks and gunfire scare one dog out of his home on New Year's Eve. Now his owner is struggling to track down the unique breed.
This is Fox 40 News at 5.
And Fox 40 is on storm watch tonight. The Sierra kicking off 2017 with a blast of winter weather. And it's not just the higher elevations feeling the chill. Good evening. Thanks for being with us. I'm Ty Steele.
And I'm Nikki Lorenzo. We are tracking low snow along 50 and 80. And here's a look at fresh flurries in Colfax and Placerville. We have team coverage from both roadways tonight. Fox 40's Dennis Shanahan is checking out conditions in Gold Run. But first, we'll go to Allie Wolf, who is live in Apple Hill. Allie, how are things looking where you are?
Well, Nikki, you can probably tell the snow is really picking up here. Big snowflakes falling here in Apple Hill. We'll show you near Highway 50 right next to us. As the sun goes down, the snow is coming down. And as you said, the snow falling at lower elevations in Placerville. The National Weather Service tells us Placerville really doesn't get a good snowfall only once every decade. A fresh layer of powder filling fields and blanketing rooftops in Placerville. It may not be much, but it's enough to get people here excited.
It was the best present ever made for like a perfect New Year.
2-year-old Harlan saw snow for the first time and quickly learned how to have fun in it at the expense of Grandma.
Throwing snowballs at Grandma Jill.
He had a blast. It was so fun. We got a ton of pictures, and I don't think he was ready to leave.
A few miles up Highway 50, a long line of cars filled the shoulders, chaining up at an unusually low elevation and hopefully avoiding becoming stuck in the snow like these guys who were pushing their SUV on the highway.
We need this and a lot more.
Even farther up in Pollock Pines, big flakes are falling, and John Rich braved a bus ride in the heaviest snow he's seen in 4 years. His trip to the grocery store proved to be dangerous.
Well, I just slipped and fell coming out of Safeway on the ice, and I'm 85, so a fall is not good for me.
The snow creating hazards and bringing out a playful side for many, especially when around a sled and a snow-covered hill. And here in Apple Hill, you can see over here some cars even pulling off the freeway, pulling off Highway 50 to chain up, take their chains off, take a little rest. So kind of a rough road right now, but things look smooth. People in Placerville, down in Placerville, tell us they estimate probably 1.5 inches as far as they saw, so just an estimate. But we are told that it hasn't snowed in Placerville since 2013, so definitely a fun way to end the holiday season. We're live in Apple Hill. Allie Wolf, Fox 40 News.
Yeah, I got to take the drive and those steps carefully, Allie. Thank you. And snow blanketed 80 today as well. Here's a look at the past 8 hours at Kingvale. Fox 40's Dennis Shanahan joins us live at Gold Run with more on conditions there. Hi, Dennis.
Hey there, Ty. Elevation here is 3,200 feet, and we are surrounded by snow and also some very slow traffic. Eastbound 80 behind us, nothing but brake lights. They are just crawling, and when the traffic stops, it looks like they stop for about a minute before they start moving again. Chain controls are about 3 miles east of Gold Run, and it's chains all the way over the summit, so about 40 miles of chains. Here you have the beauty, the snow that has fallen. I mean, just love to do that and love to see that. I mean, this is powdered sugar, a very, very cold snow collecting on the trees about 4 to 6 inches here at Gold Run. We want to direct your attention to the westbound lanes, people coming back down the mountain. At least from this elevation down, traffic is fine. You can see they are just cruising right along. It is the traffic heading up from this direction, eastbound, that is just almost a parking lot. So, you know, we say this a lot, but it's really warranted. If you don't have to travel tonight, don't. We took a frontage road to get to Gold Run, and on that frontage road, it wasn't safely to pull over and shoot, but we saw 2 cars that had spun out. One was partially over an embankment. I think they were trying to get around chain control checkpoints. Definitely not a wise thing to do. So we will be up here for the night. We'll be back here live at 6 and live again at 10. And you can probably hear my face is freezing. I mean, here we are at 3,000 feet, an elevation that doesn't see snow all that often. and it is still cold enough to snow. We just don't have a lot coming down on top of us right now at the moment. Reporting live in Gold Run, Dennis Shanahan, Fox 40 News.
All right, Dennis, thank you, and good luck to all those drivers. I know it's slow going. Let's get to Christina in the Weather Center with conditions. We need a lot more of this. Is what that guy in Pollock Pines, I believe he said. We need this and a lot more of it, right?
Yes, we do. And we're going to continue to see a lot. This is just getting started. It's going to be a very, very busy week. Here's a look right now at the radar to just kind of show you showers we are seeing today for the most part are scattered. So we're not seeing the steady rain. It's just wait a little bit, it'll rain. Then it stops and it comes back. In the Sierra, though, it's been rather steady. You can see those scattered showers throughout portions of the coastal area. You can see especially up near 80, we're seeing some showers in and around Vacaville. Not much right now between Stockton and Modesto, but we still could see on and off showers through tonight before it becomes much steadier tomorrow. Here's a look as we back things up into the higher elevations. Sonora, so close to that rain snow mix line. We are seeing snow up near Arnold. As you make your way up Highway 50, Pollock Pines seeing snow, but as you get down towards Placerville right now, we're starting to see rainfall. That still could change into the overnight. We've had snow down towards Georgetown, Grass Valley, Nevada City, dealing with snow, and we've also got snow obviously as you head up 80. It still could be heavy at times. Let me show you what to expect through midnight tonight. The snow continues. The valley at times dries out. But watch this as we go into tomorrow morning. The actual wet portion of this storm still has to move through. So that means Tuesday will be soaking wet, heavy snow in the Sierra, snow levels anywhere from about 1,000 to 2,000 feet. But we do expect them to rise as we head through our Tuesday into Wednesday with more wet weather behind this. So get ready for a soaking wet week. I'll have details coming up.
All right, thanks, Christina. And sticking with weather, I want to take you to El Dorado Hills, where the storm left behind this. Hail, a lot of it, some the size of golf balls, we're told. And viewers posted these pictures and some video to Facebook around 3 o'clock this afternoon. If you want your weather photos or video on the air, email them to us at news@fox40.com. And from rain to snow to hail, you can monitor all the changing conditions on your phone. Just open the Fox 40 app and search weather.
New at 5, customers and employees inside a Roseville Starbucks were evacuated this afternoon. This after a report that a man came into the store and left a suspicious-looking package inside. A bomb squad was eventually called in and determined the bag was not a threat and was filled with random items. Also new at 5, a reported armed suspect is now in custody after a lengthy standoff with police in downtown Sacramento. Around noon, officers received a report of a man with a knife near an RT station. When officers arrived, they say he took off toward a highway overpass, threatening to jump. That's when the standoff began.
Our goal is never to take somebody into custody through the use of force. We would much rather people comply and turn themselves in without the use of force.
Now, traffic along the highway was blocked for more than an hour as neighbors and police tried to talk the suspect down. The standoff ended at around 1:30 and the man was taken into custody.
Continuing coverage now on one woman's mission to find her mother. The search spanning the Central Valley and continuing today in Manteca. Fox 40's Kay Reseed was there as she scoured the city.
It's been almost 24 years since Brandy Chapman last saw her mother.
Have you seen this lady?
But her dream has always been the same.
My wish has always been the same, and I've never told anybody my wish, and it's always been to see my mom.
We first told you about Chapman's search for her mother, Shelley Suzanne Jennings, last week. Chapman says Jennings was last spotted in Modesto. She says the latest tips she has received through her Facebook page claim the 50-year-old is somewhere in Manteca.
It's my mom. She's missing.
Oh, was she on TV? Is she the one that
Yeah.
Those tips drove Chapman to follow up in person. She made the more than 20 hours road trip from Oklahoma with a family friend to continue her search here in the Central Valley.
I'm just tired. I'm ready to find her and take her home.
They hit parks, stores, and bars.
I've heard she's been around here.
All the strangers Chapman spoke to did not recognize Jennings, but they encouraged her to leave the flyers with Jennings' information.
Thank you.
While lead after lead turned up empty.
I've been reading this and I followed on Facebook and
the outpouring of support from strangers was strong.
Now people are still following and trying to help me, and I think that's amazing.
A support system she feels will lead her back to her mother.
It's my mom, and I can't give up.
Kay Reseed, Fox 40 News.
And if you would like to follow Brandy Chapman's journey to reuniting with her mother, she posts updates on her Facebook page, and we'll post a link on our website, fox40.com.
A busy weekend for police in North Sacramento, where several people rang in the new year with early morning gunfire. 2 people were arrested after a shot spotter activation alerted police in 2 separate locations. Those suspects face negligent discharge of a firearm, among other charges.
He's probably just scared to death right now.
Celebratory gunfire and fireworks can be a dangerous combination for dogs spooked by New Year's Eve chaos. Now, one firefighter is on a desperate search to track down her beloved pup. The dog took off while she was working an overnight shift on Saturday night. Fox 40's Doug Johnson is live in Granite Bay. Doug, it's a very unique dog she's looking for.
That is correct, Nikki. You know, friends of the dog's owner have been putting up these posters in the area, and we're told this is a very special breed of Ridgeback, one of only a few in the world. And like you said, the owner believes that it heard fireworks, which is why it ran away. This is Titan, a black Ridgeback missing since this past weekend when his owner left for an overnight shift Saturday.
Got home about 9:30 or so and didn't get greeted.
Lisa Giblin is a firefighter with the South Placer Fire District, a job which requires long hours away from home, even on the holidays. She believes she knows what happened to Titan while she was on duty New Year's Eve.
The older he's gotten, the more scared of loud noises. You know, he's been, and my neighbor said that people were blowing off some big, like M80 type, mortar type fireworks and shooting guns for, he said it went on for about an hour.
Like so many other pets do, Titan ran off into the night, scared.
Found where he had broke out some lattice underneath the deck.
Giblin has been handing out these posters of Titan, but has had little luck.
All the online stuff, phone call stuff, I'm driving all over the place and, you know, pretty much calling everybody that I know.
Her house is off Auburn Folsom Road, an area with a lot of traffic. And also close to Folsom Lake. Giblin believes Titan won't approach strangers.
He's probably just scared to death right now. He hates the cold and he hates rain. So this is like worst case scenario.
But she says he'll be easy to identify, a black Thai Rhodesian Ridgeback mix.
His litter was 18 puppies. So he's one of 18. And like I said, the litter was a mistake. So he's one of 18 in the world. No matter where you live, keep an eye out for a black dog.
And if you think you have seen Titan, you can contact her owner by clicking on our Fox 40 News app and click on the story you just saw. There's going to be some information up there of how to contact her. Reporting live at Folsom tonight, Doug Johnson, Fox 40 News.
All right, hope Titan gets home soon, Doug. Thank you. A car smashes into a fire hydrant in South Sacramento, sending gallons of water spewing into the air. Take a look at this. This was the scene along Stockton Boulevard this morning. The mass amounts of water flooded the inside of the Veterans of Foreign Wars Post building, which was right next to the hydrant. Now officials say the dance floor is already buckling, and they're trying to clean up the place. A passenger in the car suffered minor injuries.
All right, let's talk about the San Francisco 49ers facing an uncertain future after firing both the general manager, Trent Baalke, and head coach Chip Kelly. Jim Crandall joining us now with more on the dismissals. Jim, where does the team go from here?
That is the big question, obviously, at this point, Nikki. The guy who runs the team, Jed York, today held a press conference to talk about the changes, basically apologized because his franchise is a mess. Last game yesterday, one and done. One season, and Chip Kelly fired as the head coach of the 49ers after a 2-win and 14-loss record. Plus, the GM, Trent Baalke, also fired. Here's some of what the head man said today.
First, I want to let the fans know that I apologize for a 2-14 season. I apologize for being back here again, making a change. But I think it's very important that we reestablish a championship culture.
Remember, the 49ers did go through this same thing before last year. New coach who only lasted 1 year, Jim Tomsula. As you can see by the graphic, Trent Baalke's been with the 49ers for 12 years. Started as a scout, then moved into player personnel. He's been the general manager since 2010. So I can understand why Jed York feels, listen, you've had your chance and didn't get the job done. The question is, who is next? Well, the rumor mill is pointing towards the New England Patriots head coach Josh McDaniels as maybe the the replacement for Chip Kelly, although, Nikki, I'm certain that there will be a lot of teams who need a head coach that will have that guy on their wish list.
Indeed. All right, Jim, thanks so much. Still ahead tonight, a freak accident leaves a beloved coach paralyzed and stuck in Hawaii.
How an entire community is working to bring him home. That story coming up tonight at 5:30. Also coming up, the search continues for the man responsible for a deadly New Year's attack in Istanbul. What he left behind that could soon put police on his tracks.
Plus, 60 lives lost in a 17-hour riot. Details on the prison riot that left dozens dead.